Hello everybody, I'm Buzz and I want to make a quick little video about flying with your Ecig mods. Uh, I just got back from South Korea and I took my a couple mods over there. I took my Provari and I took my Veritube X, and uh, I didn't have any issues with getting them through the checkpoints at the airports. Before I went to South Korea, I did get online and search around a little, and they're perfectly legal in that country. If you go to a different country, I would definitely suggest you do that, or you'll if it's not legal. And I don't know which countries they're not. I'm not going to look into all that. But if you're going somewhere other than the United States, I would definitely check and make sure, or you'll lose your mod because they'll confiscate it. And let's see, getting through the checkpoints at the airport. When I checked my bag in, I asked the guy at the counter, and he said that e-cigarettes were completely legal on the plane, and if he even told me that if they did have an issue, to come right back and they would let me put it in my check bag and it would be fine that way. But I didn't have any issues. And obviously you fly, or you wouldn't be watching this video, but when you go through the checkpoint, they want you to empty your laptop into a bin and your personal items into another bin, and your shoes. But I purposely left my mod in the carry-on bag to see what would happen, and it went through the screening, and they pulled me off to the side, and they went through it, and they pulled it out and asked what it was, and I told them it was an e-cigarette, and that was it. They looked at the cartomizer too. There is a liquid rule. You can carry 100 milliliters of liquid. That's shampoo, mouthwash, just whatever. And you have to have that in a Ziploc bag. So if you wanted to, if you were just catching a quick flight, maybe from LA to Vegas or something, and you wanted to bring some liquid with you, just put it in basically a sandwich Ziploc bag, a 1-quart bag, and you can have up to 100 milliliters. So, quick weekend in Vegas, if you're smoking more than, or not smoking, but vaping more than 30 milliliters of juice, I guess you have to find somewhere to buy it there, or more than 100 milliliters. That's a lot. And but if you're checking a bag, you can put as much. You could put a gallon in there. Nobody cares. It's no big deal. Let's see. And then on the way back, coming out of South Korea, I put my mod in with my cell phone and my other personal items like electronic devices, and no stopping me, no asking any questions, none whatsoever. So at this time, you can carry a mod on the plane and not have any troubles. And I think I would use a little common sense. I got a couple of little box mods here. Here's a Big Daddy meter box and an Altoids box mod. I also have a Shambi box mod. But if you tried to carry this on, I imagine they would stop you, even if you just put it in the bin. Or it might even raise some flags in your checked luggage. I'm not sure, but they do x-ray all that stuff, and sometimes they randomly pick ones to go through. And if you look at that, that's for somebody that hasn't seen anything, it's a small little box. It's homemade with some electronics in there, and I would just about imagine you're going to get some issues, and you're going to get stopped, and they're going to question you that, and go through that a little more with the screening process. Same with this one here. I mean, it's just a plastic box with some batteries and electronics stuck in it. And on an x-ray machine, that looks like something they wouldn't see, and I promise that would raise some flags. So use a little sense. I think the tube mods are probably for sure an easier way to go, or an Ego. That doesn't looks more like an ink pen than some kind of device they would be worried about. So anyway, somebody had asked me a question about flying with a mod, and there's an answer, and it's perfectly legal, perfectly safe. There's no issues. You don't have to worry about them confiscating anything. And if you're, I liked it because I had a little bit of, I was flying overseas, so you're supposed to get there about 3 hours ahead of time. So I snuck off in the bathroom and vaped some lemon meringue because they're not looking for something to smell like lemon meringue when you're vaping. And on the plane ride back, it was a 13-hour flight. I went in the bathroom a couple times and had some, I did some oatmeal cookie. And nobody, you're not supposed to do that. I don't think. I didn't ask. And I'm sure if you whipped it right out and started vaping on the plane, they would ask you to stop. But I snuck off in a corner where nobody could see, and I did it, and basically just see if I could get away with it. And nobody said anything. Nobody paid any attention. You're not going to set off any smoke alarms. I think probably on just a quick flight, I wouldn't worry about it. But it's an option. If you need to do it, you can do it. One of the things I like about vaping is when I don't have, like at work, I don't usually carry it around with me, just because of the nature of my work. It would probably, if I carried it around very long, I'd end up destroying it. I work at heights, and so if I dropped it, it's gone. And wear a safety harness, so it's not easy to get to in my pocket, and there's pressure on it, and then sometimes I'm squeezing in and out of tight spots. It would just pretty much get destroyed if I carried it around at work. So if I don't vape for the time I'm at work, it's not a big deal. I don't have withdrawals. It's not the same as doing without a cigarette when I smoked, where I just get to where you can't stand it and you're got to have a cigarette now or you're going to die, that kind of feeling. But I don't have the same kind of issues with the nicotine withdrawals from vaping. I definitely want one. If it's been a long time, I want to take a vape, but I can do without it too. It's not that big a deal. So just a different critter altogether. And that's about all I got to say about that. And everybody, keep on vaping.